Hello and welcome back to Sunless Sunday, where we sail the Sunless Sea with me, Bardon, and Father Ted. So, again, it's been a while since I played, so I'm going to have to take a minute here to remind myself of exactly where we are. So let's visit the Admiralty's office. Okay, looks like we've already done that. Our ship doesn't seem to be stocked up though. So let's look at our journal and see what we're supposed to do. Okay, lineage, no, memoirs, objectives. Okay, comes London's, okay. Port Cecil, okay. So we've got to find that. Okay, almost safe. Dreams of a Lady. Polythreme, okay. Under the Untersea. Okay, what's almost safe all about? It doesn't say, okay. But let's get ourselves kitted out, so we're going to need a lot more supplies. Okay, let's get some fuel. Okay, then let's go a couple more fuel. And okay, that should be pretty much what we need. Now, let's plan where we're going to go. So I can't remember what we did before, but I think that we maybe head up in this direction. And then maybe on the way back, we can drop by the salt lines and make a bit of money that way. Okay, yeah, I think that's a plan. So let's get ourselves started. So let's launch. It's always good to come back to the game, especially you know, in a minute or two when the music's going to kick in and really remind me why I enjoy playing this game. I'm actually playing, because I've been busy the last while, I'm actually playing this the day before it goes live. So normally I play these a good bit before, but this particular one is the day before. So I think let's avoid the sisters this time. We can get them on the way back if we're going to go that way. Acquaintances. Okay. Just checking, you know, there is probably something that I've missed, but for now we'll just leave it as it is. Mr. Exorcist, and then we got Father Ted on the boat as well, so we're doing well with the whole religious side of things. Terror's already building up. You know, having 0 terror is nice, but it doesn't last very long, does it? We'll be well up over 50 pretty soon. Okay, so let's go for that patch of darkness. On the horizon, a sickly yellow light glimmers for a moment, then fades. Baked breeze rises, the improbable scent of stone out of some distant desert. You're close to the salt lines. Well, luckily we know that. I know I'm going to jinx it, but we haven't been accosted by anything yet, so that's nice. And now that patch of the map is done. So I think that's yeah, that thing on the map has to be under the water because there's nothing else around it. Excuse me, just hiccup there. Okay, so let's go to Abbey Rock. On the surface, the sun still warms the earth, or so one assumes. We're not too far away from Abbey Rock now. Oh, there's the island. Sisters aren't the friendliest in the world, but they're not the most dangerous either. Although if you got in a fight with one of them, you probably aren't going to be walking away from it. Okay, let's adjust our course to get ourselves down to Abbey Rock. Let's cook the engine and dock. Okay, we can trade supplies. Don't think so though. Let's compile our report. Let's watch the comment. We got one strange catch. Nice. We could tempt him out with news. I think we should do that. We lost 2 terror. Okay, that's good. So I think that was worth it. Now let's leave them be. Launch. Okay, so I think maybe Field Haven is the next spot we should head to. Someday we'll have like a tricked out ship and these places won't seem so far away. But given how quickly we go through captains and ships, that might be a long way off. Okay, let's pop into Fieldhaven. The engine and dock away. Okay, Shepherd's Isle. Let's get our port report before we do anything else. Okay, we'll get the sigil ridden navigator, but I don't think we want them now, do we? 50 echoes. Yeah, let's actually grab him now. Then let's go back. Let's do the picnic. We lost 3 terror. It only cost us 5 echoes. Curse, the bearded watchman tells you, there are no actual shepherds on the Shepherd's Isle. Sheep are mostly illegal here. No, indeed, it's just the name of the gentleman that found the islands. Greybeard sitting in the village square nods solemnly. No sheep, one says, but plenty of tales. Ask us anything. Okay, and that's probably all we can do. Yep, it is. Okay, so let's set sail. So now I think we probably want to head directly east. And then if we find something, we can adjust our path or our course, you know, depending on what it is we find and whether we want to go towards it or run away from it. Oh, and I should probably go here as well, go to my officers, pop you in there. Okay, so what do we have coming for us? Can't actually see what it is. There's something, but I just don't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's run. It's definitely a running away from kind of thing. Pirate steam, nice, nice maybe. Okay, we've got. Where are we coming to? Ace Caven. Okay, well let's get into Ace Caven and dock ourselves. Oh, he's leaving us alone as well, that's good. Let's back off then. And then dock. Okay, Godfall, nice. The brawling bearded men who live here call themselves monks. They pay lip service to Saint Stalactite, which fell from the roof, but their chief interests seem to be wine, blood, and shouting. Okay. Speak with the monks about their newest member. They escort you to a cell, used to be a jailer, one whispers. We were hoping you could help us work out what's wrong. They escort you to a cell. Okay, we read that right. The supplicant. An old bearded man sits cross-legged and naked in Godfall's smallest monastic cell. At the sight of the group, he flinches. His wrinkled skin is covered in faded scars. No more freedom, he whispers. 10 of the clock, we sweep. 15 past 10 of the clock, we wash. There are orders. There must be orders. No more freedom, please. A monk hands him a mop and bids him clean the entire chapel by first bell. The supplicant squeezes it tight. Yes, master, he whispers, tears of gratitude welling up in his eyes as he scampers off. There is an awkward silence. He should make a very devout monk, one of the others ventures, once we finally get him into the habit. Okay. Let's talk about shouting. Let them tell you about past and present events in the monastery. They are eager to talk about their history. The stalactite, they assure you, was one of the citadels of the starved men who dwell on the roof. When it fell, a few of its occupants survived to become the monks' progenitors. How does that work, you wonder, with their vow of celibacy? They become vague and are suddenly eager to speak of the details of passing shipping. We've got our port report there, which is nice. I have a feeling... Let's speak to you. She works with 2 scalpels at a time, or with a scalpel and a tinned instrument, pinning open the flesh she's working on. Her operations are brisk and yield very little blood. Okay, let's invite her to dine with us. Does she wield a fork the way she wields the surgical instruments? Precise bite sizes. The cooked flesh arrives, still in its shell. From the claws, 8 legs, body and head, she renders a dozen neat bite-sized piles of shredded flesh, sutured with mushroom or pinned together with a needle of chitin. Perhaps she's missed a calling as a chef. She denies it. My mother was the child of a surgeon in the first city. You might say the knife work runs in the family. There's a wicked, quirking smile at the corner of her mouth. Then there are rumours about my father. She would deny there's any truth in those. We lost one supply. Okay. And then let's talk about her father. She becomes more talkative when she has something to cut. Perhaps you can get her to say more about her father. There's flensing, deboning, and orderly arranging of scales from large to small. This was the creature's favourite organ, she says, working briskly with tweezers and blade. Don't touch it. The purple bits are toxic. She only turns to personal matters when she's had a chance to rinse her fingers. I get my proficiency with metal from both sides of the family, she says, watching your expression closely. Then, Mother was a favourite with Mr. Iron. She says that they only worked together, that Mr. Iron sponsored her work and provided her with tools, sharper tools that do not bend so easily. Okay, we lost our strange catch, but it was worth finding that out. And then if we go back to Godfall, and okay, that does nothing. I know before that someone similar to that happened to be one of our crew's long lost father, but not in this case. Okay, so let's check our map again. So we're going to head out, and we're going to go further east, and maybe a little north as well. So maybe kind of at that angle. And maybe a little bit further east then. Yeah, a bit more. Okay. And then let's get the Z-Bat on the move. Won't find anything the first couple of turns, but apart from underwater stuff apparently. Yeah, look, we're finding lots of underwater stuff. We don't want underwater stuff. Ah. Okay. Right, so let's head down that way. Always nice to find somewhere new. I think when we get there, we'll probably end the video. Oh, that's not good. Definitely not good. Unfinished pirates. Let's get away from the unfinished pirates as best we can. Okay, looks like we're okay. So we discovered Forlorn and Endure, so we're going to find a new port down here. This side of the island is the way to go, if I remember correctly. So we need to speed up because they are catching us now. Yeah, it's down the bottom on this side. So we're at Polythreme. And I think we were meant to go here for something. Hopefully that's the case. Getting some decent fragments at least. And across the way, there might be another port over to the east as well. But we'll pop in here first. Okay, and then a stop. We can get claim in here, which is good. How to acquire a submarine. You've no need for the help. Just remove this tutorial. Oh, I hit the wrong button. That's what it was. Let's go to Polythreme. Okay. Taciturn claymen. Evasive clothes. Colonies, walking like humans, cobbles that groan underfoot, on the hills above, a palace villa of marble, but even the rides like buried bones, even that rides like buried bones in an earthquake. Okay. Let's gather intelligence. The roads royal, bricks quiver, the windows of all the buildings flashed like eyes. The palace above the city swells and roars. The convulsion is how claymen are born. Even now, somewhere below, they open their blind, seeming grey eyes. Okay, that's good. We got our port report. We'll give some shore leave, but I don't think I want to. And what do we need to have? One watchful curio. Well, we don't have that. We do have those 6 units of cargo. So let's transport these guys. Okay, and then we can ask about the house of the keel for the unsettled salvager. The ancient captain in Vanderbilt said this would advance her search for Lady Black. Okay, let's try that. The claymen profess ignorance. The benches wail too much to be sensible, but there is an ancient, long-winded harbour wall that remembers. The house of the keel made exiles of themselves, it says in deep, crotchety tones. They boarded their ship and took to the sea. Then, far from land, they took axes. Their ships. Far from land, they took axes their ships. Axes to their ships, maybe? Sank them and followed them. Man, woman, child, into the depths. In abysses, they built their fathomless churches and resumed their worship of Lady Black, spirit of the deeps. The unsettled salvager holds onto your arm for support as you walk back to your ship. I need to dive again, she whispers. Grant me a suit, please, Captain. You do have one in possession. You could allow it next time you set sail. She knows what she must do. Okay, cool. We won't do shore leave. But that will be the end of this particular episode. So if you have enjoyed, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and perhaps posting a comment. And I really do hope to see all of you next time. Goodbye.